familiar site of Goodwood Racecourse, where in a couple of weeks' time Glorious Goodwood will be with us, and this man will be central to what's happening. Ed Arkell, clerk of the course and director of racing. It's nearly upon us already. It seems impossible, doesn't it? But it is nearly upon us.
It's very quick. It's come around very, very quick this year. I know we always say that, but it does seem to come particularly quick this year. So very much looking forward to it.
And plans all coming together for it.
Yeah, really good. We're very pleased with where we are. The weather has really helped us. The track, as you can see, is looking in really, really good condition. Great that that's all been natural rainfall rather than us having to water it.
And the season so far, you know, we're halfway through it now, but season so far been good.
Yeah, really good. Seen some really nice horses, some great Goodwood form during Royal Ascot. We had some really good racing. We've seen some, as I said, seen some lovely horses. So that has to be good for the rest of the season.
And how has the weather been for you? Because we had, we've had a very hot and dry spell, and then we've had some wetter spells as well. Has that been a good mixture?
Yes and no. I mean, I think we struggled at the beginning of the year. The track didn't really come on as fast as we'd have liked it to, especially sort of towards the end of May. And then that hot spell, it was what it was. It was hard work for the team with all the watering. But frankly, I think we'd rather have had it then than having it now. So that was all right. I'm very pleased to have got the rain at the moment, and then we'll have to see what the next few days bring. Forecast looks unsettled. We'd love a bit more rain. We don't want too much rain. Yeah. As usual, never quite happy.
I was going to say the course looks very good. It's very green at the moment, so you just need to, you want to keep it looking like this, and yeah, you're on course.
Yeah, it wants to come on a little bit more. It had its last dose of fertiliser on it on Wednesday, so that we're just waiting to get washed in, and on we go from there. So it's got a few more days to come on and cut a couple more times, and away we go.
And if we can look in a little bit more detail about some of the races that we're in for during the week. Obviously your 3 Group 1s, let's start with those. And on the opening day, the Goodwood Cup looks like being a very good renewal, doesn't it?
Yeah,
from the entries you've had?
It does. Good strength in depth, still lots of horses in. You'd say John Gosden's probably got the upper hand with his 2 horses, his Gold Cup winner and his Queen's Fast winner. So he'd probably have the whip hand. I doubt both of them will run. So we'll have to see what he ends up sending to us.
And people like to see a sort of rerun sometimes of the Ascot Gold Cup, and you've got a fair you've got a fair number of horses that did well in that, hopefully coming here.
Yeah, exactly. I think that'll be really exciting, and as you say, it's nice to see the race rerun, see that it wasn't a fluke. Shame we haven't got Kyprios, last year's winner. He was injured earlier in the year, but looks on course to make a comeback in the autumn. Sadly we won't see him here. So yeah.
Wednesday, of course, is the showpiece of the week, the Qatar Sussex Stakes. Again, it looks like being a very good race from what you know so far.
Yeah, it does. I mean, as we know, the older milers aren't brilliant. Inspired of John Gosden's, it's potentially coming here. It looks probably like the best of the older horses. Paddington, trained by Aidan O'Brien, who won the Irish Guineas, and then the St James's Palace and the Eclipse, looks to be the red hot favourite. I would say would take some beating, and I'm sure Godolphin will run one, and there'll be a couple of others there from the St James's Palace, and also we've got a French challenger as well, Factor Cheval, coming over, so we'll see what he does.
And Thursday is one of your favourites of the week, the Nassau.
It is
indeed. Like that, and
yeah.
How's that looking?
Yeah,
so
again,
far?
Looks a really, really strong race. We've got the French horse that won both the French 1000 Guineas and Oaks, Blue Rose Sen, looks a red hot favourite. Equally, he's going to run into last year's winner Nashua, who won over a mile the Falmouth Stakes at the July meeting at Newmarket a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it looks to be a really, really hot renewal, and as you know, I think it's a great race. I think it's an underrated race, so I think we should see some really exciting racing there.
It does always seem on Ladies' Day to throw up a story, doesn't it?
Yeah,
sometimes unexpectedly.
Yeah, exactly. And we always see good fillies in there, always see good fillies winning. So fingers crossed again.
And a word about the Group 2s. You've got the Lennox Stakes and the King George among the week's highlights. But you've had entries for those.
Yeah, Lennox is looking good, strong. The King George looks like it could be a very good race again. Highfield Princess looks on course to come here before possibly going back to York. Good entries, strong entries, and plenty of them. So yeah, exciting.
Good. And from what you've said, you know, it does feel that there's a bit of an international flavour to the week, you know, which is something you've worked hard to bring here.
Yeah, we have. It's slightly fallen by the wayside recently. Unfortunately, a Japanese horse went lame about a month ago, which was a real shame because they were on course and would have had a really good chance of running well in the Sussex Stakes. No Australians this year, they've all gone home having been beaten at Royal Ascot, but hopefully we've got a horse from the Czech Republic, Pontos, coming for the King George. We've got some Norwegian horses by the looks of things for the end of the week, and as always we're well supported from France and Ireland.
Great. And just finally, still plenty of time for people to buy tickets and get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Selling fairly fast, but there's still time to buy tickets, still availability, and come and enjoy a fantastic day's racing up here.
Yeah, we look forward to the week and good luck with the rest of the preparations.
Very much. Thanks.